What's up, Better Days? Today we're in the garden. I have let these blackberries at the front door go kind of crazy. It looks kind of ghetto, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I can't help it because they're completely covered in big old giant heavy berries, and it's just the top of every single one of these is just completely covered in blackberries. They're just, from all the rain that we had, they just went crazy. So I don't want to cut them back inside the fencing to make it look all proper, because I would lose all of these berries. They're just, it's crazy. Now, we already had a ton of blackberries. We were able to eat a bunch already, but it's like they just keep going all summer long. It's really cool. The strawberries are starting to get infiltrated here. That's not a strawberry. I think these blueberry bushes that I put here last year, this one really not showing any signs of doing anything, but this one is doing great. It's got green new stems coming off of it. Hopefully it will turn into what this one is. I told you guys last time I saw where you're supposed to keep these trimmed down. You're not supposed to let them get out of control like this. So I'm going to trim this guy back this December. I'm going to let all of these leaves do their thing and send everything down to the roots that they can. Then we're going to cut them back when he's dormant this winter. I actually already harvested tons and tons of tomatoes and all of the garlic that I had. These tomatoes are going nuts all over the yard. There's tons of big softball sized tomatoes, and they're not slowing down either. They're only getting taller. This one's actually taller than I am. He's got tomatoes up here at 5.5 feet in the air. All right, that's fantastic. But right under here and right down there at the end, there was garlic, and I already harvested a lot of those tomatoes and that garlic. This is what some of those look like. I had way more tomatoes than this. Probably almost the whole entire oven covered with fresh tomatoes. And what I did with the first flush of tomatoes was I made pizza sauce. I had about 6 jars like this of this pizza sauce. And what it is, it's an onion and my homegrown tomatoes, and then a ton of this garlic. These are the garlics that I was growing that was out there underneath the grapevine. And I got these garlics from this year's haul. Some of the better ones, the bigger ones that had, nice big cloves of garlic like this right here, I've already used. And I gave some away too. There was tons of stuff, and this pizza sauce is fantastic. The grapevine does this every year. Some of the grapes are ripe and some of them are still green. I just kind of let it go for a little while, and then see how many of them I can get. But I always end up with a bunch of unripened grapes. I never have perfectly evenly ripe bunches of grapes, but there's a lot of them, and they attract a lot of bugs. Oh my gosh, this one right here, big old spider in there. He's got a little sack, but I'll have to get around him because I want to get all of these grapes, and there's just so many, and it just keeps going. And this vine right here is still, a few weeks away from being done. But the one on the end, this is the newest one. It's right here, and it's only 2 years old. And I already ate a bunch of grapes off of this one. As a matter of fact, I have some of this because these are table grapes, and they don't have any seeds in them. The other ones down there, those are all Pinot grapes. They got 2 little seeds. You make Pinot Noir, and these are just eating grapes. There's some that I missed right here. I'll show you what I have left of these, because it produced pretty well. These were those grapes. These are fantastic. Yeah, they're perfect. Just little snacking grapes. And I had a little more than this, but they ripen pretty evenly. I was happy about that. So that's that side where the grapevine is and the garlic was. On the other side of the path from the grapevine, you get the watermelon vine. It's doing good. It's got little flowers all over it. Hopefully, I mean, it's huge. It's a big vine. Hopefully it'll, oh look, there's a watermelon right there. Cool. I hadn't seen that till today. There's our little guy. Bet you that's gonna be delicious. What do you bet that's gonna be? Fantastic. Cool. Well, that's good news. I hadn't seen that. So that's that side. Over on this side, it's mostly tomatoes. This is where all the peppers are though. Oh wow. Now see, this is what I'd hope for. That these would run up this fence here and just grow tomatoes everywhere. And there we go. It's fantastic. And they're just standing right up, 5 foot tall. Covered in tomatoes. Everything is. All the tomatoes are doing really well. They just, there's gonna be plenty. Oh wow, that's a monster right there. That's huge. There's one starting to ripen. I always pick them as soon as they start to ripen, because if not, something will get to it and eat it. And look how big this tomato is. You don't want to let something ruin that. There's another one in there. There we go. Oh, that's picture perfect. And they're just massive. We're having a fantastic year. This lettuce is finally doing its thing. It took those couple weeks of rain we had to get it just right, but these are all little flowers, and each little flower has like 8 to 10 seeds in it. So every single one of these that pops out into flowers is going to produce us hundreds of seeds, which is awesome. We can grow a forest of lettuce if we need to. The peppers are, that one right there is 2.5 feet tall. This one right here is stubby, but covered in big bell peppers. Same, most of these are really stubby, and they've just got gigantic bell peppers on them. This one has 4 or 5. Yeah. Cool. And that's how my garden grows. Oh no. The whole thing was sideways. As soon as I looked at the camera, I noticed that it was recording sideways. I don't know if that's gonna make the whole shot sideways on your computer screen. If it is, I won't run with it. But if not, sorry it was sideways like that. I don't know, the camera got all messed up. And that's how the garden grows. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a better day.